I don't often cook with venison, but when I get the opportunity to, I love making this simple main course recipe. The brilliance of it comes from pan frying it with subtle spices, a really rich sweet potato mash, and some great forest mushrooms pan fried with a little bit of garlic. It starts off by making a nice spice mix for the venison, and it's an interesting one. I've got some coriander seeds, a teaspoon goes into a pestle and mortar. These have a kind of rich, sweet freshness that adds really great flavour to the venison. I've got the spiciness of some black peppercorns, and now all I'm going to do is just crush these up until I have a nice fine powder. So to that, I'm going to add subtle heat from some ginger, and then another pinch of cinnamon. Now that they're evenly combined, tip them out onto a plate. Just shake that so you have a nice even covering on the plate, and now grab these lovely venison loins and coat them in that spice mixture. If you can't get your hands on venison, this recipe works really well with pork tenderloin. I'm just going to fry it off in a frying pan just until I get a really nice brown colour on all sides. Don't forget to give it a good season with some sea salt. Look at that, sizzling and golden. It looks great. Now that I've got a really great colour on all sides of these loins, I'm going to put them straight in the oven in the frying pan for about 6 to 8 minutes at about 160 degrees Celsius. After that, I should have lovely medium rare meat. While my loin of venison is in the oven, I have some sweet potato which I've diced up and just steamed until it's nice and tender. In there, I've got some salted butter, a good hit of some sea salt and some black pepper. This mash is looking really good, and if you wanted to add any more spice in here, you could add just a little pinch of cinnamon. This is good to go and ready to be served up. To go with the venison and the sweet potato mash, I'm going to pan fry some mushrooms. Into the frying pan, I'm going to add some butter. And just to stop that browning, I'm going to add a little drop of sunflower oil. To that bubbling butter, I'm adding 1 clove of diced garlic. Just get that straight in there. So straight in there with our mushrooms. And with these ones which I've sliced, I'm just going to put them straight in. But these larger ones, I'm just going to tear in. I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of freshness from some parsley. So just grab a handful and using a sharp knife, just run your knife through them. Straight into that hot pan. And now all it needs is a hit of sea salt and black pepper. Mushrooms are done, and now it's time for my venison. The venison is perfectly cooked now, and just look how tender it is. I'm going to rest it on a plate under some tin foil. And while it's resting, I'm going to create a very, very simple sauce which relies on the sweetness of red currant jelly. This is an incredibly simple sauce. I'm using a few tablespoons in here. I'm going to melt that down with some butter. I'm going to add a tiny squeeze of lemon juice. Season it up with some sea salt and ground black pepper. And now everything is ready to serve up. And just to finish it off, a lovely drizzle of that sweet and sticky sauce. How good does that look? And there you go, a very simple but truly delicious way to cook venison.